obviously disappointed by the loss. They're a good team. Good game. I thought it was a good game, exciting game. But simply we didn't get it done. I thought we had some good performances. We shot it well. I thought Punch was really good for us. He gets better and better. I thought we had some good things. But I'll give you the things that we didn't do well. The obvious thing is the free throws, the turnovers, and the rebounding. So, I could probably sum up those three things. The rebounding is what we drilled, stressed. That's really disappointing. We're not getting the message across, so I got to find a different way. And that's killing us. The free throws we're working on more than any team probably in the country. But they're just adding. That's not helping our rebounds because they're getting the free throw rebounds. I don't think we're getting any of those. And then the turnovers, that's out of character. We figured they were going to pressure more. I didn't think we'd have the backcourt turnovers that we had, but that's on me. So I've got to have us better prepared to bring the ball up the floor without problems. And then transition. I know we. Got 21 points in fast break points, but I still felt we didn't convert on a number of situations, which oftentimes led to turnovers and transition the other way for them. So, their 27 was based on a lot of our decisions in transition, but also some half-court, very bad turnovers on it. And some things are unexplainable, kicking off her foot, saving a ball. That's ours. And some jump in the air passes. Bad reads, bad drives, put us in a bad spot. So it's a lot of things right there. But the three main things that I started with, obviously the rebounding, which hurts because that was our biggest emphasis. The turnovers, which that's who we are. We're low turnovers, and then the free throws.
Ernest talked about effort, kind of as his big takeaways, that they need to work on that effort. How do you get a team to execute that?
I don't know the effort. We played hard. You can't get as many. We played hard. I need physicality. I think their bodies, they were stronger than us, and I think that's what I was talking about. The pure physicality. They're older, but and older can be a physicality. But our younger guys are some of our most physical guys. So, that's the message I have to get across. So, we played hard. I don't know if that might be taken out of context, we've got to be more physical. That's the thing that really talks, and really at the end of plays. What I need to go look at is how many times they got a basket at the end of clock, whether it be the three or the fouls at the end, where they didn't really have good offense, and somehow we made the bad decision defensively. And that was disappointing. So again, certainly they get to the line and then they make them, and we get to the line and we don't make the same percentage. So really, it's the differences there.
You mentioned David Punch already. He had a pretty solid game. Made some plays a little bit away from the basket, driving the ball and passing, hit a three. Is that some of the stuff you saw from him in high school?
He's just better. He's gotten better, and we're doing some things with him. We need him because he's physical, and rebounding obviously issue. So we've obviously started bigger. And some of it was Brendan being sick and some things. But really we've been making decisions based on availability. And in the summer we didn't have Malik, and then we didn't have Ernest for a long stretch, and so now we do have both those guys out there, and we're able to play him some. But he's good. I told you hadn't seen the best of him because he's been practicing well, and then obviously you're seeing it now, and you're without telling me that's what I told you a couple of months ago. But we love the kid. He played really well. He like you said, inside out. He just does everything you ask. Yeah, and to be honest with you, and I say to ask, but he came with a great feel too. So that's on him.
You talked about shot selection earlier in the week. How did you feel about the shot selection?
We'll go look at it, but I felt pretty good. Last game we took 9 what we saw were not high quality shots. This game, I think they were pretty good for the most part. I'm sure we can come up. We had the one end the clock lob play that we ran the second, third option of it, and but sometimes you get in that situation. But I thought shots. We had 19 assists. Again, the turnovers weren't. Yeah, they pressured, but I mean, you can't have the ones that we had. A lot of them. We had a double dribble. Who gets a double dribble in college basketball today? We saved a couple. We kicked it off our leg a couple, bringing up the floor. It wasn't like they're pressing. I mean, I got to do a better job. I didn't see us doing that. In some ways, we had some really good offensive possessions which we've really come a long way. And that's what I told guys. Yes, I'm mad about those things I talked about, but I also was very pleased with some of the things we did offensively because we've come a long way. And we were really struggling early, but we know with new guys, this, that, and maybe we. It's taken longer, but guys in and out has not helped it, and so the shot selection, I'll look at it. There's a shot quality thing that talks about shot, your shot quality, and then we do our own thing, so we can compare that on it. But I think our turnovers were not like penetrating then turnover. It was kind of like I said. You could probably transition, dribbling up the floor. Double dribble. There were some ones you just can't have.
Brendan and Frankie both got banged up. Frankie was able to come back in. Brendan, I think, left.
And Trey was. We had no guys left. Really at the end, and and Jace had an ankle injury. I've never had that many ankle injuries in my life. I think we had half the team with an ankle injury that couldn't go back in or couldn't play. Jace, Brendan, Trey, Frankie, or his ankle. I don't know. Taping's always helpful for that. But yeah, we were. You mentioned those, but Trey also couldn't go back in, so I didn't really have any option. Chase couldn't play. We played Isaiah. He's had an ankle injury earlier. He's. I don't know that he's back athletically.
You guys signed Bob Edwards the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just talk about his recruitment a little bit and what he brings?
Yeah, well, funny. Obviously, Duncanville familiarity. I think we've probably known him since 9th grade. So, one of those ones, and it's funny because he's it's Duncanville, but he's a Fort Worth kid. They live here in Fort Worth, in and out. His grandma works over at school there, so a lot of ties. That's the kid you want to get. And I saw him play the other day at 40, I think it was. It was I love how the pace he plays with. He'll fit in really, really good and with us, and so he'll fit in. I see we had 21. I was excited about 21 fast break points, and then I saw theirs 27. But I think half of them were pick sixes where we threw it to them, jump in the air, and they just laid it up by themselves. That was like. Some of our plays were unexplainable. So that's how you get give a team 18 turnovers and 27 transition points.
Got another one of these kind of like long breaks in between games, balancing finals and practice. Yeah. What were your kind of
obviously we're off for these 2 days, get their academics in place, and it always goes real quick. You got another kid that you miss some guys that may have a class or something, so you try to get as much as you can. We need to work on some things, the physicality, and I don't know how else we're going to do it because we're not getting it done in practice because it's not transferring to the games. And so we've been. We had a great win against Xavier. Xavier's a very good team, senior dominated. They care. They got other guys. Vanderbilt went out and got some guys. Give them credit. A lot of these guys we tried recruiting. It's so funny because you see all these guys. You recruited them all. 6 weeks ago, it seems like, So, it really just comes down to resources, availability, spots. You know, I mean, it's crazy. And you know, this new coach, he went and got some guys. I mean, they went and got guys, and I was a little surprised some of the guys they got. But give them credit. I mean, and they're well coached. I thought it was a good game, well played. We just turned it over too many times.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.